All right, it is 5:10 in Dubai. Today is 27th of November, and this is our second session for today, 81B. So in this, the topic of today's discussion is universal law number 8, which is let go of expectations and receive. This is again, this is a law which is explaining how our mind works, what it follows. So we'll start from that. What is our normal experiences? Last few 2-3 laws we have been learned about the manifestations thing. If you hold some thought for a longer duration, it will get manifest. That the thoughts have a power to manifest. So those, now you will understand that what are the other elements need to be considered. If it is done in pure form, there is no issues. But many, they say that that law is, we tried, but it didn't happen. It didn't manifest in our case. So first we understand that why these things happening. Things, earlier there is another law which says that you will receive not what you wish for, but what you deserve. Like not what you desire, but what you deserve. And I have given example that time that a child, maybe 4 years old child, 5 years old child is asking for 10 rupees for a chocolate, mother gives it. So that particularly you can say that is manifested for that child. And then same asking some mobile phone of costing 50,000 rupees, asking, Mama, I wanted to have a mobile phone, give me 50,000. Mama will not give. Okay. So this, because the child cannot handle it. That's why. It's not that 50,000 rupees is not possible to manifest, but it is, the child doesn't deserve that. That's why it didn't manifest. So it is not our whims and fancy. That's why we have to get that, we need to increase our deserving capacity. But most of the times what happens is we desire or something. It is nothing wrong for something to look for. You need something, you need to grow, you need prosperity, you need more knowledge, more wealth, good relationship, increasing popularity, etc., etc. Those are nothing wrong in that. Absolutely fine. Everybody wants to grow, and there is absolutely nothing wrong or nothing. It is not, these are not against spirituality, that you have an inner urge to grow. That is absolutely fine. Problem comes that here our mind gets into the business. Okay. Then sometime mind extrapolated the need become want. So you try to project the want as your need. So, and that is there the issue starts there. So that means how it works. What happens is our ego mind injects something into our mind as a thought. That thought become an expectation. We expect certain things from the external world. And that expectation, because it is no longer a need, even if you are thinking it is a need, but it is actually the want and greed category. So what happens is, like a 5-year-old child, chocolate is, maybe he deserves a chocolate, but a mobile phone is not, he doesn't deserve a mobile phone. So in that case, you can say the child is asking something without understanding, or maybe it is a greed, or it is not really necessary. So in that case, our expectation becomes so high. When we don't get it, then we get frustrated. Okay, we think this is useless, manifestation never happens, these are only talk. Okay. But we never analyze that actually it the universe is intelligent. It is not a stupid. It doesn't play games with you. It only respond to you vibration wise. So if your deserving capacity is low, your vibration will be low. And that's why you'll not be able to attract those kind of things. That is number one. Number two, my first point is expectation is too high or maybe impractical or undeserving. You don't deserve that. That's why it is not manifesting. Second part is that what happens is maybe we were looking for many things in our life. One or two particular cases, we ourselves, that is also another mind game, we put it as a test case. Okay. Okay, let us see. If I income get double in 1 year, then I think it will be the divine exists. Otherwise, divine is useless. So they take a test of that. Basically, what is happening is that you are focusing on a particular point. Okay. But the manifestation happens in our point of view, mysterious ways. Maybe that is not really important, what you are looking for. Maybe I'm going for some kind of breakdown of my health. I will not enjoy anything. Health get healed. Or maybe I'm completely perplexed and lost in my life. Divine sends some master to guide you. Okay. What will happen is you will overlook all this. Okay. You'll say, no, my income didn't get double in 1 year. So divine is useless. Divine will be giving you what you deserve, but what you actually needed. That will come first. So if you focus on something else, it will look like a failure. That is why we say that if you open, alert and aware, then you see the divine grace is happening left, right, and center. Everything is divine grace. That particular thing may not be there, but time has not come. Okay. Otherwise, but you need to appreciate things to get more things rather than criticizing and testing the divine. Pranam, Pratiji. So this expectation is, in that sense, is ruining our experiencing what we really, when it actually manifests, it may be too late and too little, too small, and things like that. Again, we judge that. What should be the correct approach? Correct approach, you release your intention and let the divine manifest it. At your divine time, it will come. It will not come as per your expectation or target date or, within a 1 month or 2 months or 1 year. That doesn't apply there. Higher dimension, anyway, there is no time. And also understand this, anything to manifest in the physical reality, it needs a lot of energy to get it condensed and put it as a part of energy. That takes its own time because those kind of things happen in the laws of the physical dimension. Suppose you want a house. Currently, house is not there. Somebody has to build the house. That house cannot be built within 2 days. Okay, I said, okay, let me try if I can build the house in 2 days. It's not possible because what you desire, that needs something naturally certain time. You planted a seed, of say apple in your backyard. You want the fruit come tomorrow. It will not happen. The seed will sprout and then it will fall tree and the tree will be giving the fruit. So there is a natural process. It takes its own time. You cannot make a shortcut. So same thing here. So this understanding and acceptance make it easier. You will get it, but it will have, that's why you call it is at our divine time it will happen. Why divine time? Because every process needs time. You cannot shortcut. Everything cannot be just magic. So that is the manifestation thing. Either our expectation is too high, or we are wanted too early. So these two cases you consider as a failure. But now let us see from where the expectation starts. Expectation is a mind game. Our mind inject thoughts into our mind and saying that, I want this. So some of them, as I said, there is a difference between need and want and greed. You may be needing something, of course. We are not saying all kinds of requirements are negative. We are not saying that. But if your requirement is this, your mind will project it up to here. They will convince you. Below this, you don't accept. And your greed will make it like this. So more you go higher and higher, that much time you'll take for manifestation. To manifest that, you need to have a deserving capacity also should go high to match with that. So you are not working on the deserving capacity, or you are wanting that. You bought a candle. Okay, you bought a candle and then you light the candle and you want the candle to run for, say, 24 hours. So after one hour, candle extinguishes. So it is not the fault of the candle, it is extinguishes in 1 hour. Because you bought that candle, it can deliver only up to 1 hour. You need to, that's why it's called deserving capacity. You have to bigger candle, thick candle, which can go up to 24 hours. You cannot want something without giving that what it needs. That's why we don't get the result. Okay, so expectation, mostly expectation we have is exaggerated by our own ego. And ego put judgment and think when we don't get it, we fall into the poor me syndrome. I didn't get it and nothing happens to me and all never happen. And ego then will tell you go into downward spiral. You go into downward spiral, getting frustrated, irritated, angry, shouting at everybody. And then all this lost your mental balance. Even in worst to us, extreme case downward spiral, you may be thinking of the suicidal tendencies. Yeah. So it is serious. Not getting something ultimately led you to this kind of things. So that's why it is serious. It needs to be addressed. So if this is that expectation which is gone into this mode has a capacity to drag you down and completely destroy you. So if you see that root cause of all unhappiness you have in your life, you will find out one simple thing. Simple thing, you wanted something, you didn't get it. That's it. Okay, that is a root cause of all your negative experiences of life. You want something, you wanted to eat something, you didn't get that food, you got angry. You want certain people to behave certain way, they didn't, you get angry. You expected that your employer will give you a raise, you didn't get it. You said that, it is all useless and all this kind of stuff. So in relationship and everywhere, wherever you interact, when you don't get it, you expect something and don't get it, and that's why you are unhappy. Simple as that. You can check all your unhappiness. It related to you expected something, you didn't happen. That's why. All your negative experiences. It can be, doesn't matter. It is only you are involved or your family members involved, your friend circle involved, or society is involved. Something you wanted something that didn't happen, and that is the cause of your all negative experiences, fundamentally. So if you see, you look at our life, it is a series of series of some expectation that they didn't meet. Why it didn't meet? Because most of them are beyond our direct control. That's right. And that this aspect, it can be addressed by acceptance, but is not in your control. If it is in your control, then you can change it and get it to the from whatever mode, from negative to positive, or dark to light. You can do it yourself. But if it is something beyond, then it is root cause of unhappiness. People are now, they are unhappy. They expect certain kind of like. Suppose they posted something in Facebook, they want certain kind of like. So I want 100 likes. So if it is a 40 or 60, they get been terribly upset because they expect minimum 100 likes. See, such a silly things also affecting you. Your success and failure depends on somebody else's free will. They can give and they don't give. It's up to them. Okay. You want somebody to talk to you in a certain way. Or maybe you helped him, he need to help you back, but he didn't. Okay. So you are expecting something. So when you if you plot this into our daily routine, you will get a lot of things. 80 or 90% cases, you expected something that didn't happen. So what is happening? In general, your life will be full of frustrating experiences, negative. So how to deal with it? Okay, we are talking about life, enjoying life. Huh? Well, what we do, we are looking outside, and we think that outside world will make us happy. This particular aspect, I already explained in another story about somebody was searching a coin below a lamppost in the evening. So somebody came and helped him, but he could not get the coin. Then he asked, where you lost the coin? He said, inside my home. Then why you on the street? You are looking for the coin if you lost it inside. He said, here is a light, I can see many things. Inside there is a dark, I cannot see anything. So see, in this kind of, it sounds completely stupid, right? That person. But we are also doing the same thing. Where your happiness is lost? It is not floating around here. It is inside you. Okay. There is no debate. It is here, here. Doesn't matter. Okay. Somewhere inside. Or maybe a magnetic field around us. It doesn't matter. Okay. It is attached with us. Somewhere inside us, we lost the happiness. Work on the inside. Now, why you are looking for outside? So how to do that? Okay. The people, there was a saying that earlier I was smart. I wanted to change the world. Now I'm wise. I wanted to change myself. This is the wisdom. You have only, the truth is, you have capability, or you have been given power only to change yourself, nothing else. Truth goes further. Even if whatever you claim to be yours, none of them is actually yours. Do you control your heart rate? Did you define how much heartbeat, how much it will pump? How many cells you have in your body? You have nothing. Everything is controlled by something else. It is not designed and operated by you. Thank God it is not operated by you. If you forget to, think about the heart, working, then if you forget, you will die. Anyway, so if you claim one by one, none of them, okay, his body is growing, you are having memory capacity, none of them designed by you, none of them operated by you even. When it doesn't do, desired function, you go to somebody, some treatment, etc. Now there is no guarantee what will happen. Okay. Anyway, assume that you have full powerful, you are control over your body and mind. Then you can only change yourself, nobody else. Correct? That is the truth. Outside, everybody is following their own journey, own soul's path, own free will. So it is we who are interfering into that, telling them do this, do that. Some people may be doing it, some people not. If they don't, we get angry, we do all these kind of things. Anyway, so now let us think about another scenario. Suppose we expect our neighbor to behave in a certain way. Okay. They are not behaving in that way. So we get angry. Okay. So, or maybe somebody in the politics doing some nasty games and we don't agree, we hate that person, but we have to accept it because that person is doing, he is some in position. We cannot do much about that. We get again angry. Okay. So angry, upset. But if you think objectively, what you are basically doing, you are giving power to control your mind, your emotional state, your peace of mind to somebody else. Isn't it? If you're thinking about it, you're thinking about that person, even if negatively, but that person is controlling you. If you come to that state of detachment, where whatever they are saying, doing, you are observing, you are not closing your eyes. It is not that you don't understand what they're doing. You are understanding everything, but that cannot touch your state, inner state. So that is what we need to learn how to do that. So now let us come back to the basic fundamental thing that about the expectation. We all wanted to be happy. But how expectation is playing role into this? For that, I have created one formula. I will just share my screen. It's a mathematical formula. Whoever has learned physics, they know the physics, mathematics, so they can understand it very well. Otherwise, also I will explain whatever it is. It is H is proportional to 1 upon E. Okay, H is happiness and E is expectation. If 1 upon something, we call it inversely proportional. Means if this one goes high, this will go down, or this is go low, this is go up. That's what it means. So this formula, you can, if I write it in words, it will say happiness is inversely proportional to the expectation. Means more the expectation, less the happiness, because expectation is in denominator. If this value goes high, this value goes down. On contrary, if we lower our expectation, our happiness goes up. We accept everything. We don't expect anything. All the masters, they got a mastery into that. They have a full control over their mind and they go into the unconditionally. They accept everything. They don't expect anything from anyone. So whoever knows further into mathematics, like a calculus, they know what that means. If E tending towards 0, if this tends towards 0, then happiness will be tending toward infinite. 1 divided by 0 is infinite. Okay. So they have a mastery to make expectations so low, then happiness is gone to the infinite, the maximum. And that is the state called Sachidananda state, Sada Chit Anand state. I stop sharing. So this is the formula to, if I reduce my expectations so low, all the time, we are not expecting anything from anyone. Who says what, it doesn't matter. My inner state is not controlled by this all outside. It is connected to my higher self, and through higher self to the universal consciousness. And that joy, I'm connected to the source of infinite joy. We don't need any small things here and there to control me. So that is the state of that the masters, what they are in. Infinite joy. From where the joy comes? Just reducing the expectation, because expectations are root cause of all things. But it doesn't mean they don't, if something they receive, they don't enjoy. They receive it as a present, as a gift, not by expectation. So they learn something, that waiting without expectation. Waiting with expectation, in Sanskrit, it is called pratiksha. You're waiting for something, expecting something to happen, or somebody will come, you will get something. That is a pratiksha. If you learn to drop that expectation, but still you can look forward to that, but without expectation, that is called titiksha. So that is, you are still waiting, but what is titiksha? So how you can maintain titiksha? Simply by controlling your mind, because your expectation is controlled by your ego mind. If you control your thoughts, then the expectation cannot control you. And in this matter, this controlling, and who is controlling, means somebody is a master, somebody is slave. So I give another example to understand that. See, there was something called, there was in one village, so there was one, one farmer was holding a rope tied with a cow's neck. He has a cow, is taking the cow to the field. Maybe he will put something, they put some wooden peg and the cow is tied so that cow can eat grasses and bring it back. There is one saint was sitting there and with his disciple. So then his disciple was saying that, they were talking about this master-slave relationships and all these kind of things. So the disciple was asking that poor cow, he is a slave of the farmer. Farmer is taking, and cow doesn't have any, cow cannot do anything. It's a slave. It has to obey that farmer's instruction. Whatever farmer wants, he has to do it, and things like that. Then the saint said, okay, do one thing. He tell his disciple, take one scissor and go and cut the rope and see what happens. So, but make sure your farmer is not aware. So just as an experiment, try to do that and come back. And see what happens. It is an experiment. So we just hided the scissors. He went there, go near the cow and cut the rope and came back. Run away from there, the disciple, just to see what happens. The moment the rope is cut, the cow started running, running towards the forest or somewhere outside, far away. And the farmer is, looking at that and started running behind the cow. If the cow goes to jungle, he will lose the cow. It is quite costly. So keep running. So now the saint was telling, now you tell me who is the master and who is the slave. Cow can go anywhere, but the farmer cannot. Farmer cannot go anywhere. He is the slave. He cannot go anywhere else without that cow. He has to run behind the cow. So when we operate in our life, we are like that slave of the rope. You can symbolize this as your ego. Ego has tied us with that. That's why we think we are the slave of the situation, slave of the, what others are deciding about us, slave of everything. Actually, we are not. We are not that cow. Just cut the ego. Truth will reveal by itself. You will get a freedom. Okay, you are not supposed to be under influence of the situations and everything. Situation will go on its own. That doesn't matter. But you will get liberated. So first thing to get liberated is to control over your expectation, get out of that ego, then it will be fine. I will go back to my slides, few slides, two more slides are there, some good quotations are there. So I will just go through that. So it will be, then you can, we can then discuss over it. You can see the same slide, what you showed few minutes back, yeah? Can you, somebody unmute? I cannot see any one of them. Can you say unmute and say yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. See, next thing is that everything you need will come to you at the perfect time or the divine time. Here is the teaching of that titiksha. You are waiting something to happen. There's nothing wrong in that, but without any expectation. And whatever comes out, we will receive it, gracefully. So that is the state of, this is a state of titiksha. And interestingly, I found one quotation. Bruce Lee said, you know the Bruce Lee, the karate, the master in karate. Later on, he got interested in spirituality and he got influenced by Jiddu Krishnamurti. Yeah. And so he has this quotation, not the one above. Above said, absorb what is useful, discard what is not, and add what is uniquely your own. I'm not talking about this quotation in the photograph. I'm talking about this one. It is saying, give up all expectations and let nature take its course. Sometimes to lose control is the best possible thing that can happen to us. If you just simply give up the control, yeah. It releases us from the shackles of pain that comes from the expectations and teaches us faith and to be calm. We sooner discover on that journey that our actions are more perfect than we believed. We start to love what is at every gifted moment. So it is a very powerful spiritual statement, comes from that state of surrender. No expectation at all from anyone. So it is a state of surrender from that. So this kind of, statement can come. And this kind of realization can happen, that this is the understanding of that the truth, that fact. I'll stop sharing. Okay. Now, so far, any question you have on this? No question? Okay. Okay, now let us see the spiritual aspects of this. Our soul knows everything what is best for us. And what time, when to happen, is all planned from our soul point of view. Without our soul permission, nothing can happen in our life. In higher dimension, there is no good or bad. All are experiences. Okay. By creating an expectation, you are basically challenging the soul script, what you only have written before taking this birth. So that is why most of the time it is unlikely to happen the way you want, because you want it the lower mind level that is less powerful than what you have chosen at the soul level. There also you have a free will. You have chosen a certain experiences to happen in this particular lifetime. And life is just a playing out of that script. You only the director of the script. You have only written that. If you understand this truth, your life's journey will much simpler, easier, and enjoyable. How you can tackle this? You give your best at given moment, and result, you just live it, because result will happen as per the plan. That's why it is said ki karmani dharmani vaste. You do your work for as your dharma, as your duty, as your what you know wanted to do. Ma phaleshu kadachana, not for the results, because results are not in your hand. You can only do your bit and leave it there. We cannot leave it there. We cannot let go. And that becomes rebuffed on us. That spoils our experiences. So, and that, how to deal with that, I have already explained. Just go to the expectation, more, less expectation, higher your enjoyment. World will not change. Don't be in this kind of false idea. When everything in the world will change, will be good, I'll be happy. It will never happen. I'm telling you right now. How many times you will fool yourself into that? Nothing will change. Okay. Nobody else will change. If you say, oh, somebody else changes, then I'll be happy. No. Even something in the practical life, you wanted to do something, you want to achieve something. You know, if I achieve this, I'll be happy and I'll be that is target of my life. Truth is, if you achieve that, something else will come. You still be not happy. At this moment, you are thinking that is a great step to achieve, but when you do achieve it, that will not the truth. You will realize that it is not that. Many people with their top of their name, fame, wealth, they're still not happy. Somebody posted some message or some video or something showing that there are many famous people and all, they cannot even sleep in a good night's sleep, hard earned. So there is no discouragement or there is no criticism of money. Understand that. I'm not saying wealth is bad. I'm not saying that. Okay, we are following householder spirituality. Aishwaryavan Muktatma. The understanding, only I'm talking about the understanding that wealth will solve your problem is a misunderstanding. I'm only talking about that. That is not the solution. Okay. And so what is the solution then? Solution, Babaji also mentioned that pure love is solution to everything, all your problems, not money, not wealth, not power, no political and this and that. No, only pure love can solve all the problem. When there is no other, then you are like a family. The whole humanity is a family. Vasundhaiva Kutumbakam. If you go to that, it is a consciousness. It is not that you have to, feed, 7 billion people. It's not that. It is about feeling that you are connected and this, and that kind of thing, that kind of oneness, that is an elevated level of consciousness. When you operate from that, you don't see anybody else as different, anything else is different. And then you expand yourself as a consciousness wise and you become a part of the whole journey. And that's why you complete your life mission. I'm not saying you will be a big achievement, top of the pop, you will get a Nobel Prize. None of them will get it. Once, somebody asked Gautam Buddha, so you did so many meditations, so many things in spirituality and blah, blah. What you gained in your life? He said, I gained nothing. But I lost my pride, my anger, my jealousy, all these things, irritation, frustration, everything I lost since I joined spirituality, started practicing spirituality. How true. And achieved nothing. There is a big meaningful thing. There is ultimately, there is no thing, there is no object you are achieving here. Basically, you are going from all this materialistic, all these kind of things to zero. That is called nothingness. Still calm, but fully potent, powerful. The point is zero. Nothingness. The universal consciousness, ultimately, it is nothingness. Source, from where everything is created. Source created from nothing. That is the canvas of creation. You will achieve nothingness. It is not easy to be nothing. Forget about realizing nothingness. You cannot stop thinking for 1 minute. Okay, forget about nothingness. You cannot void your mind for 1 minute. Just 63 seconds needed to manifest something. You cannot make it void. Something is coming and doing something. So in this, we have achieved nothing. Like you realize none is yours. I was giving example. No, even your heartbeat is not yours. Your hands and legs are not yours, and that the cell goes changing every 7 years for the whole thing. So you are not the same person 7 years before. You are not doing it. You are not planning it. You are not contributing it. You are not paying for it either. Okay. So it's not yours. Okay. It's all gift of the divine. We are just taking care of it. We are a caretaker. Even our body, which claims as mine. Anyway, so this is with this understanding, if nothing is ours, if you can, in the living condition, you can discard everything. Discard means not negative way, not destruction. I'm taking detachment. Whatever you are going to lose at the time of the death, what are those? Your property, your bank balance, your designation, your educational qualification, the trophies you won, the certificates you got, your relationships, your family, your friends, your house, and finally your name and your body. You have to live it will go like this, just moment, no notice. Okay. Whatever you will, just I'm taking how to address this. Nothing to be panicked about. We have tried 700 times before it's another one. No, that it's not a big deal from the soul's point of view. What I'm saying is the realization is whatever you will going to lose at the time of death, if you willingly surrender that, if you're willingly not controlled by them, then you get liberated. And that is the thing called being dead, become immortal. Being dead means you surrendered willingly. Okay. And also all this, your 5 senses, you surrender. That you will lose at the time of death. How you surrender 5 senses? Like you like to eat some food, like your tongue taste. You come to a stage where whether you get that food or not doesn't matter. If you get it, you enjoy it. If you don't get it, that is also fine. So your tongue cannot control you. Like all other senses, they cannot control you. It's not that you are running away from it. No, but nothing can control you. Your desires cannot control you. 5 senses cannot control you. All other things cannot control you. We're beyond that. This is the liberated state. This is the enlightened state. And that is the state to enjoy the life at the most. Not running away from that. I explained many times. You are just living a life like a pankaj, like a lotus. It born in the mud, it is in the water, but water cannot touch it, mud cannot touch it. Not a single drop, not a single particle of mud can touch a petal of a lotus. Or you can say the swan. Swan, they go into the, into the water, but not a single drop of water can touch its body. So like that, so we live not running away from it, being in the system, being in this world, but you are disconnected, liberated. Then you are getting all this from your inner connection, the infinite source. That's how you operate your life. That is a blissful existence. That cannot be bought by money or property or owning something, what you have to surrender anyway, or somebody else will enjoy it. There is no criticism. It's nothing wrong in having a property, having a bank balance, and having a good relationship, and all are fine. But the issue is not about those. Issue is your attachment with those. If you cut the attachment, cut the rope, you get liberated. And you will enjoy life as it is. And that enjoyment is inside, not outside. If you change your inner world, your experience of life will change. Nothing else will change in the external world. That is the purpose of life, to enjoy life. We are giving you a method how you can enjoy life for free. Okay. You need not to buy anything. It is free. Just breathe air, enjoy life. Sunshine, enjoy sky and the nature. Nothing. It's costly. So what need to change? Our mindset need to change. We need to learn how to get detached, become unconditional, and operate from pure love. There cannot be any greater satisfaction than giving. The joy of giving is quite ultimate, because very few people has a capacity to give love, pure love. Okay. देने का मामले में सब कंजूस. So they are the rich who can give infinitely. And they get connected, they get more powerful. They're powerful not to show, not to bomb some building or bridge or take some country or torture some few thousand people. That's not power. Power lies in holding it. Your power lies in transforming somebody's life, or to be precise, experiences of life. Then the purpose of your life is served. If somebody can follow your example and change their life, implement that into their life, their experience of life will change. What else you need? It will not, only clearly by understanding those things will not give you the ultimate joy of life. For that, just you need to be in the certain way so that nothing can control you. You are liberated. So this is a lesson we come here to learn. Those are there. In fact, those are created so that you can learn they're useless. How much time it takes us to understand that? Earlier also I shared this, my realization. Bahar kuch nahi rakha hai. Nothing there in an external world, outside. Everything is inside. And here it is outside, whatever you can achieve, that is limited. I call it private limited. You cannot have it beyond certain range, you cannot have it. Okay. Even if owning a land, there is a limitation. You cannot own beyond a certain level of land. Wealth, you cannot have beyond a certain level of wealth. It can be big in comparison to others, but still it is not unlimited. Okay, you want to enjoy life, having relationships. The limit, there is a limit you can have the relationship with. You cannot have unlimited. But when you connect the source, you can have unlimited. Your joy is unlimited. Your satisfaction is unlimited. You have a joy of creation. You can create something. That is also, there is the joy of giving means you can create that and then the gift it. It not necessarily materialistic. Like healing someone, somebody got healed. You created that healing, no? Created that particular recovery. That is also part of the creation. You are part of with the creation that gives a huge joy, which cannot be measured and which cannot be paid off. And on the other side, you are not expecting even a thank you. So it doesn't matter whether the other person realizes it or says thank you. Doesn't matter. How does it matter? Here I give that example of the fragrance of a flower. It gives because of its own nature of giving. Sunlight gives light because it's nature of giving. And there's satisfaction in giving. Sunlight, that, sun never send us a bill that you have used this many of sunlight, pay me this much amount every month, deposited in my account. Never. Okay. Same here. You operate by giving. This is the power. You have the power to give. Give, and give. And that is your satisfaction. That is your nature. So no expectation, connected to the infinite, blissful life. Your life goes, experience, all there. Whatever small matters here and there, they will remain there. Doesn't matter. If you get elevated, your experience will completely change. So all this, so let go of expectations and receive. So where you receive divine grace, you receive the higher level of living, awakened living, conscious living, enlightened living. That is the best possible way to live a life. You will get there, but not accumulating, letting go, or be as it is. Then you get liberated from it. And that's the learning from this. So I conclude my this learning session